Seeing those guys being honored is a beautiful thing.
I think everybody should have access to Ridgeview and learn about its contributions to the city.
We had an opportunity to tell the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation the story of the Untouchables. And they are given large public art grants for wonderful stories that haven't been told very often. And we thought the Untouchables story was perfect. So they got 82 proposals, and out of those they chose 20 semifinalists, and the story of the Untouchables is one of the 20 semifinalists. So we're pretty excited.
This initiative aims to include historically marginalized people in decision-making processes about art in public places and is intended to spark healthy dialogue.
I think it's great for them to be honored. Should have been done a long time ago, but I'm glad it's a process of getting done now.
I think it's great to bring back the memory of such a great football team that meant so much to that community. It will show the community that we have such a rich history, number one, for the young people there, because their grandfathers, their uncles played on that football team, that is part of such a rich history of Ridgeview. That's one of the greatest things to happen at Ridgeview High School before the schools were integrated.
Our work now through the United Arts Council of Catawba County, who's writing the grant, is to find out what the community wants. It's not our story, it's Ridgeview's story. And we'd like to know whether they think it's a good idea to have the art project, what they think it should look like, and where they think it should be. We've gotten some great response.
It should not be forgotten or ignored, and it should be shared with the city and with people who visit the city. It's that important as far as I'm concerned.
It's very important part of history, in this Ridgeview community. And I hope, that this can be fulfilled, And I'm glad to be here. So a lot of people that were in the Ridgeview Panthers are passed on. There's just a few of us left.
I think it's a wonderful idea. This history was almost forgotten. I was not aware of it until 2-3 years ago when it was first brought up and the team was honored at Hickory High. So I'm really excited about it and hope that we get the grant so that we can establish something lasting for the community to remember not only the team, but Ridgeview School and the great things that came out of Ridgeview.
Getting the community's input is critical to the process. This is not the United Arts Council story. This is the Ridgeview community's story. We want to be sure that it remains their story. It's a source of huge pride in their community, as it should be. It was a remarkable school with remarkable educators and a remarkable football team and a remarkable band. So we're pretty excited to help the community, to assist them in whatever that way they want to tell the story.
Seeing those guys being honored, you get every part, every aspect of history in a visual sight.
We heard you loud and clear that you want it in this neighborhood, you want it on this city walk, and you want it to be about the whole team. Yeah. So that's our base, and we're going from there. Every single person who filled out a survey thought the idea of a public art piece celebrating the Untouchables was an excellent idea. As to what the piece should be, there was a tie between a monument and a mural. However, there was definitely agreement that it should honor the whole team and that it should also tell some other stories about Ridgeview High School. Its band, its cheerleaders, its majorettes, its glee club, and certainly its incredible faculty and coaching staff. As to where it should be, it had to be in the heart of Ridgeview. A favorite spot was the Samuel William Davis Sr. Multipurpose Field. At one meeting, Margaret Pope suggested an arched entryway into Sam Davis Field with flat surfaces that could hold a mural. This idea gained momentum in the community.
I think the proposal is an excellent idea. I really like the idea of the arch. It gives I think a sense of greatness, a sense of honor, to the great accomplishment that, the Untouchables did.
I think it's great. I'm on board with it and waiting for it to happen.
That's interesting after all these years, you know. And I'm glad for the Art Council. I'm glad for the Ridgeview community for caring about the Untouchable football team.
I think it's outstanding, and I'm glad different areas of Ridgeview are coming together to make this thing a big deal, because it is a big deal.
I think this could help to become a beginning of something good.
You know, we had this record, you know, the Untouchable football team. We figured it was over with. We went on about our lives. I went to military, Marine, Vietnam. Came back, went to top of tech, real estate, you know. And I ain't think nobody cared, you know. Some of our players are deceased. I thought, hey, that's where I'd be. But I just thank God I'm still alive to witness this, you know. I'm really enjoying this at this time. You know.
We were absolutely thrilled when we got the news that we had won. I think many of us thought from the very beginning we had it in the bag, but then to really get it was amazing. There were teary-eyed people in the meeting, just so excited. Everybody was overwhelmed, and I think we're all blown away with this project and the idea of moving forward with it.
Took a long time getting here, but it's all right.
We look forward to working with the committee, getting this built and made part of the community.
To think it might still be here in 50 years, inspiring kids, not only in this neighborhood, but the whole community, that's a special story for Hickory.
The guys that's not around, we can get them on, you know. At least their name on their picture, you know.
Right.
Yeah, since they're not here. And plus, yeah, I like everything seems to be coming together right now. Yeah.
We're talking about getting kids back here playing on the ball fields and just different ideas for what can happen in this space. I think it's a nice bit of ignition for the community to get other things going off of it. And everybody I've talked to is so positive.
I think it'd be great. I mean, it's good to see stuff like this, and they come around and they see a part of their history, you know, especially Ridgeview history, you know. Like I'm a last class that graduate from Ridgeview. I mean, it's great, you know, and be part of history. I think it's great. Yeah. Now it'd be hard to break that record. It'd be hard to break that record. Unscored on 2? Yeah, it'd be hard to break that record. Anybody. College pros or whatever, you name it. You know, never see nobody doing that. Unscored up and went all the way, won every game. That's great.
Steve Rhodes, who's in charge of our integrated machining program here at CBCC, did a phenomenal job with his students creating this medallion for us.
And I thought it was noble because that was during the time of segregation, and I thought it'd be cool to make something to commemorate those guys.
I'm so excited about the quality of the product and the fact that it is a one-of-a-kind thing that our students and our faculty worked on.
It's a beautiful piece of work. The medallion expressed that we will really appreciate it.
I love all my kids, but I can't be a black role model. You know what I mean? I want them to see people that look like them and successful, good family men, take care of their community.
Okay, you have to have endurance to do that. I mean, we didn't have the weights and stuff like that, but get up early in the morning, go out there and run out in Brookfoot, and most of all, I had to run from Washington Forest, which is 5 miles away first. And I was pumped up when I got there, you know. And we go out to Brookfoot, and a lot of them tried to stop me from getting off the bus. They'd hold them, but I still outran them and got back, you know, in time. But really, through this, you know, doing the conditioning right there, man, you could, you know, and plus, you know, most of the guys play offense and defense, both sides of the ball, you know, and they could do, you know, they really had the endurance to do that, you know, and plus, you know, that carried that endurance on over into Vietnam, you know, which I was a point man, which I walked for 6 years, you know, and that helped me, you know, by being in physical conditioning, you know, and plus the coaches, and that really pretty well motivated, you know, really the team, you know, as a whole, you know.
because it made us stronger and made you stronger and you could think better, within the game because, because we didn't get water and Gatorade and stuff like that during that time, the guys might have hit some, but we didn't get that. We just didn't get that. And plus, we didn't have cramps. We didn't have many cramps because, we didn't drink water and stuff like that, And really, and it just made us a good team, a good physical team, And like I was saying, it just made us strong, And that's why they call us the Untouchables.
John Hodge and I went on to play football, and Douglas Baumgartner went on to play football at Winston-Salem State. We made the first team down there. Yeah, so.
Is that your serious face? I'm sorry.
I'm certain it did help to unify Hickory, and it's a very special time. We are the Untouchables. Man, Untouchable, I like that. Kind of forgot about it for about 50-some years. It reminded us of, of who the Untouchables really were.
And it all meant something. It meant a lot to the growth of a boy to a man. In my case, I learned a lot of life lessons.
There's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of championship teams. But there's no perfect season teams. We only got one. And that's what we're labeled as right now.
Even to this day, there are some former players. We still haggle or argue a little bit about who was the greatest team ever at Ridgeview. So some would swear on their lives that they were the better team. Yeah, we did this, we did that. We made you all what you are, But when that word untouchable comes up, 1964, that separates us from the rest. It separates us from the other Ridgeview team. We love those guys, but we were the best. We were the Untouchables, so that speaks for itself.
Very excited about this opportunity, especially in my hometown. Great privilege. It's been exciting, a couple little challenges there. They wanted 2 murals, one to commemorate the team and the other one to commemorate the school itself. I put a couple of team members just to show their victory, maybe showing a runner running towards getting the touchdown. I put their mascot and just celebrating them with a bunch of designs.
I'm just extremely pleased that it's finally come to fruition. I'm looking forward to the connectivity. This is a piece of a larger puzzle that connects the entire city. It improves our economic development, it grows our population. This helps to tell the story of the Ridgeview High School Panthers team of 1964.
I tell my grandchildren I got one more play left.
Okay.
What do you think?
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
Can't afford to get injured.
I'm glad.
It'll be next year.
We've lived to get this far. I'm telling you. We've lost a lot of people along the way, but we're getting there. It's beautiful. I'm just proud to hang out with these guys.
I thank God for letting us see this day.
Oh yeah.
I'm grateful to all those who have worked so diligently, to make this happen. It's been a lot of hard work, and I really appreciate it, to recognize Ridgeview's great history and celebrate the accomplishments of the 1964 football team. So,
did you ever expect to see something like this come
No,
up?
I had this, I never even imagined this happening. It's just beautiful. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. They're doing something like this for the team. It's been over 50 years, hasn't it?
Never in my imagination I thought this would happen, but I'm glad it did. It looks good, and I never would have thought it. Wouldn't even come to my mind.
This is they're just awesome. It's fantastic. As long as they keep records and sports records, the Ridgeview Panthers will be there. So immortal in this world.
I'll take anything I can get. I'm telling you. I'm impressed.
Yeah, we had an awesome reputation, throughout the area.
Yeah, definitely. So, from my perspective, all you had to do was make the team, and you were a legend automatically.
Yeah, but that was hard. That was not easy to do.
It wasn't easy to do.
Like I was telling you, I need to fit this up.
Yeah.
Training,
How many seniors did you guys have? Was it 12? Was that
we had about 12 seniors.
Okay.
Growing up, that's what that was all about.
Might wear out the kids before they get old enough to play for Ridgeview.
Documentary. So y'all just sit and talk or do something. Dance or whatever you like.
I was just totally amazed when I heard about this football team. In fact, it may be the greatest high school football team that you have never heard of. What they did was so incredible, they were dubbed the Untouchables. This is the 1964 Ridgeview High School football team, the Panthers. And these are former members of that team gathered today at Catawba Valley Community College to talk about what many consider one of the greatest, if not the greatest, high school football teams ever in North Carolina. A special park archway with murals is going to be dedicated, as the team is also going to be inducted into the Catawba County Sports Hall of Fame.
Ridgeview, 36. Newton, 0. Ridgeview championship game at the Northern College. Ridgeview, 16. Hamlet, 0.
Okay.
We've been waiting 57 years to get this done. Welcome to y'all from the United Arts Council of Catawba County. I'm Kathy Greathouse, Executive Director, and I cannot tell you how thrilled we are to see you all here. They chose this story as one very worthy of a public art. It was such an honor, and we'll be always grateful to see Smith Reynolds for this.
This particular football team brought together the community long before this archway was installed, but now the story is memorialized. We are proud to be a partner with you on this initiative and hope that this art exhibit will encourage your community and will continue to foster engagement in important, courageous, and sometimes difficult conversations about its past, its present, and its future.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you. I'm absolutely thrilled that the Ridgeview Untouchables football team is being honored and recognized in such a magnificent way today, and I truly am honored to be a part of it.
The Ridgeview Panthers. These guys came together, and they were perfect. They were perfect. The relentless execution that they put out on that field every night, protecting each other's backs, working together, is an example that's second to none that we have to carry forward into the future.
Ridgeview High School was a school of excellence with a distinguished faculty that produced many outstanding scholars, musicians, and contributors to Hickory, North Carolina. Whereas Ridgeview High School had a long history of championship athletics and revered coaches. Whereas the 1964 Ridgeview High School Panthers football team was particularly successful, being undefeated and unscored upon while winning the state championship. Whereas the score at the end of the season was 446-0. Whereas the team became known as the Untouchables, and whereas members of the 1964 Untouchables went on to become leaders in the community, and whereas the Untouchables have been inducted into the Catawba County Sports Hall of Fame as a team of distinction. And whereas the Untouchables' record of consecutive shutouts still stands with the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Now therefore, I, Hank Guest, Mayor of the City of Hickory, North Carolina, on behalf of the Hickory City Council, do hereby proclaim Saturday, September 4th, 2021, in the City of Hickory as Untouchable Day.
Remember to break into your parts now, okay? Here we go. By the ridge of Blue Top Mountain stands Ridgeview High, whose fame and honor ever mountain never will die. Ridgeview, alma mater, your sons and daughters are true. Long as the sun sings o'er your mountain, we'll cheer the orange and blue.
Oh, this day was fantastic. Unbelievable, but long overdue. I'm just so grateful that it happened. I really am. And we're ingrained in Ridgeview. We're the Wallace family. Yes. So we came up in Ridgeview. So we're there. We Ridgeview in our body. So we love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a hand once again.